Hi friends, it's Miss Stephanie from Neighborhood Services. Today on Adventure Storytime, we are going to be talking about something everybody loves during the holidays. Can you guys guess what it is? You're right, it's pie. There's so many different kinds of pie, especially during Thanksgiving and Christmas. I'm so excited to hear Porcupine's story on pie because he has a great adventure. All right, let's get started. So the book we'll be reading today is Porcupine's Pie by Laura Reynold. Porcupine prickled with excitement. It was fall feast today. Her mouth watered as she opened her pantry. 1 stick of butter, 2 handfuls of sugar, and 3 scoops of flour. In a pail, she had a pile of rosy red cranberries, just the right ingredients to make her famous cranberry pie. Porcupine read her recipe. Step 1. Wash the cranberries. She stepped into her favorite boots and waddled down the path towards the river. Porcupine stopped to rest at the base of Squirrel's oak tree. Squirrel, Porcupine called, are you making your famous nut bread for fall feast day? Squirrel poked her head out of her nest. No, it's just plain nuts for me this year. Bread needs flour, and I have none. Don't look so sad, Squirrel. I have flour to spare. Well, that's very nice of Porcupine to share. Squirrel scampered down the tree trunk. Really? Oh, thank you, Porcupine. The flour's in my pantry. Help yourself. Porcupine continued towards the river. When she waddled by Bear's cave, she called, Bear, are you making your famous honey cake for fall feast day? Bear lifted his nose from a book. No, it's just plain honey for me this year. Cake needs butter, and I have none. Butter, you say? How much do you need? Only half a stick. I have butter back in my den. Help yourself. Bear dropped his book and nearly gave Porcupine a hug. Thank you, Porcupine. As Porcupine neared the river, Doe's thicket came into view. Doe, Porcupine called, are you making your famous apple tart for fall feast day? Doe gracefully stepped out onto the trail. No, it's just plain apples for me this year. Tarts need sugar, and I have none. I'd be happy to lend you some sugar. Help yourself. Doe's bright eyes whitened. Porcupine, thank you. You have made this very special fall feast day. At the river, Porcupine looked inside her pail. Oh no, she gasped. Her pail was empty. Oh no, guys, what do you think happened? Oh, she dropped them on her way. You see all the cranberries? Knock, knock, knock. Porcupine, are you making your famous cranberry pie for fall feast day? No, Porcupine answered. It's just plain pie crust for me this year. I lost my cranberries and now I have none. She opened the door. Doe, Squirrel, and Bear had their famous culinary creations in one hand and an offering in the other. Leftover nuts, said Squirrel. A dribble of honey, said Bear. A few extra apples, said Doe. And a handful of cranberries, said Bear. I could just hug you, Porcupine beamed. If I can't make my famous cranberry pie, there's nothing better than a festive friendship pie. That's so sweet of all of her friends. So I have a very special rhyme about 5 little apples with a very cute surprise at the end. It's a little yummy too. Alrighty, let's get started. The first apple in the basket was bright and shiny red. The second apple in the basket said, "My, what a cozy bed." The third apple in the basket said, "Make room for me, your pear." There is our third apple. The fourth apple in the basket said, "Please move over there." How many apples do we have so far? 1, 2, 3, 4 apples. Here's our last apple. The fifth apple in the basket said, "Oh dear, oh me, oh my." Why do you guys think he said that? Well, it turns out the basket looks like a pastry. I think we're pie. Oh, silly apples, you are. You're apple pie. And we have our 5 little apples to make our apple pie. Let's count them together again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little apples. Good job counting. Okay, friends, let's do our song. Are you ready? We're going to slap our thighs and clap our hands. Okay, let's get started. Patty cake, baker's man. Bake me a pie as fast as you can. Roll it and pat it and mark it with the Y and put it in the oven for you and I. Good job. Let's do it one more time. Are you ready? Patty cake, baker's man. Bake me a pie as fast as you can. Pat it and roll it and mark it with the Y and put it in the oven for you and I. Good job singing, guys. You did an awesome job. Also remember that this week you can start picking up special Thanksgiving crafts at the Rago Branch Drive Up and at South Elgin. I'll see you next week for Adventure Story Time. I hope you have an awesome day.